Live.
Ah, there we are. Voices sound so much stronger and powerful when these are on, are they not?
Yes.
Well, welcome everyone, and welcome everyone who is tuning in on that wonderful live stream. This is the wonderful Reverend Rita and the fantastic, good-looking Reverend Patrick. You see, when you have Mike, you can also get people to do things even more because it's not, yes, the energy's behind it. I'm going to start out with gratitude for a couple of things. We have a lot going on here at this center, which is a wonderful thing. But I want to thank all of those who came out for the beautiful labyrinth walk that we had on Tuesday. Kind of our first really labyrinth walk, right? And what's so beautiful is we had some bubbles at one time, did we not, Bob? And it wasn't settled, and I love that idea that as it's settled, so are we in our new space since October, right? So very metaphorical. And then on Friday, we all came together for that fantastic movie, Rustin. Give it up if anybody's here. And if you haven't seen it, plug yourself into Netflix. It is inspiring and it's wonderful. And then yesterday, more things happened. We had our wonderful beach cleanup, which is right back there, and 6 of you wonderful folks came out.
Led by Glenn.
And Angela is always right back there. But Angela shared with us something really wonderful. After you gather stuff, people have to find out where we're going to put it, right? And so the county was out there cleaning and said, oh, you guys are doing such a great job. No, we'll take care of that. You just leave that here, and we will take care of whatever you clean up out there. And I thought, that is what we are calling community coming together, yes? Yes. So now that I've pitched all of our stuff, we have more next week.
So again, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai, where we are walking the bridge from duality to unity. That is our vision, that we are awakening humanity to its magnificence by walking that bridge from duality to unity. And I say, why not do it right now?
Yes. And so as we spread for this little red seed to introduce these wonderful, beautiful people here, Amy and Jeremy Brown, give it up for them.
On this island I found a way to see the beauty in passing days. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Powers that impel my love, moments I'm only hear of, loving under a waterfall, hearing the owl's midnight call, whispers from the ocean shell, whispers only you and I can tell. And you, bring these moments to my mind. For you, are an island, one of a kind, one
of a kind.
Consciousness and just lift it as high as it'll go. And when you think you have reached that highest point of consciousness, I got some news for you. It goes higher. It goes higher. And so I know that we have come together on purpose today. No accidents, nothing random in this incredible universe that we are in. We are here on definite divine purpose. And so with that, I say, let's have at it. Let's just take this consciousness that we are and raise it so high that it reaches beyond this island and in every single cosmos and beyond there. And even with our alien friends, we'll be doing a little waterfall dance with us today. So do I hear yes?
Yes.
Do I hear and so it is?
And so it is.
So it's done.
In this land I found the way
to see the beauty of passing day. Rainbows, jewels of a misty crown. Craters covered with a silken gown.
stars that always
Shine so bright, scattered throughout the lovely night, where true love befell my soul.
True love that
Came upon a grassy knoll,
If you know the words, sing along.
and you bring these moments to my life. For you, are an island, one of a kind, one of a kind.
All right.
One of a kind. One of a kind. Give it up for Jeremy and Amy.
So this is our last week in February. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh,
Amazing.
Right? And this month was all about action. And I'm knowing that each of us in our own way took action in our life in some positive way during this month, as we reminded ourselves each week of this affirmation.
And it is, and we don't have to stop saying it after today, but this is the end of February. My actions are in harmony with my true self.
My actions are in harmony with my true self.
Let's hear that again, shall we?
My actions are in harmony with my true self.
And Rita, before you go on, I just want to let everyone know, you have always been beautiful to us anyway, but this week I had my other eye done for the cataract, and I'm going to let you know, you look gorgeous, man. I can see you so clearly. So you are beautiful. 2020, baby. 65, 2020. There we go. Anyway, enough about me.
No,
What
it's
were you
okay.
gonna
I thought
say?
you were going to tell me I looked even more beautiful, but obviously that's not going to happen.
You'll excuse us.
Okay, so this is the place where I like to just share what we believe here. And yeah, so do you know that there is, in science, in quantum science, there's a unified field of perfection where everything resides and all possibility and potential reside. You could call that God, you could call that the universe, you could call it what it is, ever it is that works for you. But what works for me is to know that that perfection is always there. It's always there. It's within me, within each and every one of us. We're swimming in a sea of unlimited potential at all times. But caveat is that we have free choice and volition. So we get to choose in every moment how much of that unlimited possibility we want to embrace, how much of that unlimited possibility we want to use. And that's our individuality. And no one can ever take that away from us, our free choice. How we use our mind is how we use our life. And so I just thought I'd share that today, and to know that there is a perfection that's supporting you at all times, that is always saying, turn to me, turn to me, turn to me, I'm here for you. It's basically a field of love. So thank you for joining today. Thank you.
That's beautiful, beautiful. And I have a choice right now to ask you a very important question. Just wanted to see how you'd react. I'm in that kind of mood, by the way. I just want to know who is here for the very first time. If you'll just get up and do 2 jitterbugs for us, we would really appreciate it. I know. Uh-oh. There you go. Oh, great. And we have a couple people here. There we go. Welcome, 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 welcome. I'm kidding about the jitterbug, but I just can tell you would love to do that. But here's the deal. You think, well, they don't really know us. What does this community know about us? And we know everything. Why? Because we're in the field. So we know everything that's going on. But we do want to let you know one thing that we have found out about you that is so important, that we announce that to everyone, all right? You ready? You are magnificent. Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I know what you're thinking right now, because I'm psychic. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, how did they know that I was magnificent? How did that happen? How would they know unless they really knew me? Well, we really know you because we found out that we were magnificent. And so when we found that out, we could look out at you and we saw what? A mirror of that exact truth. So, shall we say it together? Put our hands on our hearts if that feels good. I am magnificent. Oh, and we're all entangled together, so let's do the we. We are magnificent. And there are some beautiful people online. As a matter of fact, I spoke with a couple this weekend, and they wanted me to let you know how important this is that they join us on Sunday. So you are not forgotten. You are always with us, and we just want to let you know that. You are magnificent. And if you'll look to your left, to your right, you know the deal by now. Let somebody know it. Straight up.
You're a magnificent.
You're magnificent.
Can you see me with beauty? Oh, you just laugh.
You're magnificent.
Okay. All right. So, okay.
Now-
That's good. That's good.
Now, if everyone could turn themselves to the magnificence that's before you.
Great. And I'm going to invite Jeremy and Amy to come back up.
Jeremy and Amy to come back up.
And I'm going to invite Peggy Jerry to come to
Our
the platform.
practitioner for the day, who is now back. Let's welcome her back.
And
It was really hard on her. She was on this grueling, what was it, a voyage?
so Peggy's here to give us our blessing of the land that we do every Sunday, along with Jeremy and Amy, who will sing right after. So.
Good morning, everyone. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay. I think we're good now, aren't we? All right. I'm going to start this blessing. So it's good to be home. I'm going to start this blessing with a quote from Waldo Emerson. Though we travel the world over to find the beautiful, we must carry it with us or we find it not. I had recently returned from traveling, explored the beauty and the uniqueness of South America, and it was an amazing adventure. A different language, a different culture, the music, the food, so many things were new and different for me to experience. I don't speak Spanish or Portuguese, but I could feel the universal connection of kindness. I brought the beauty of Kauai with me in my heart, in my kindness, in my joy, and it was reciprocated with everyone I met. Kauai for me is my happy place. I bring this happiness with me wherever I go. It is the feeling of peace and joy I have when I walk along the ocean path. The sun on my face, the sound of the sea rolling across the rocks of the shoreline, the smell of the clean sea air, and the sweet aroma of the flora and the flowers here. I'm so grateful to be able to live here and find peace and joy in my day. The island has always shown me beauty, grace, and harmony. I'm so grateful for all the ways Kauai has held me, comforted me, and filled me with so much joy. I feel nourished here, supported here. Kauai grounds me, connects me to nature, to source. I bring this peace with me whenever I travel. This nurturing of my soul continues beyond my island home. Each and every one of us who are here right now in Kauai know this is a sacred place. Our intention of our life of peace and contentment has brought us here, maybe to visit for a time or to live here and call it home. I'm so grateful to be in this moment with all of you and share the beauty and peace of Kauai. And so it is.
There's an old song called Hole. Hole is a place on the Big Island. And our theme today, Living Out Loud, this is about the ocean crashing up onto the rocks and sending that deafening sound way up into the uplands. A song called Hole. O kalapana kaileo walonu kauka ole e uwala kalapan Ele
Kalapana He Kulivale Ikaleo Heleo no ke kai Heleo no ke kai
Mahalo.
Isn't it? Thank you, as always. Oh. So living out loud. How many of you think you live your life out loud? Your true life, like your real life, like your real beingness, your real energy, your real source energy, your real love, whatever that is to you. Do you live it out loud? That's the question today. And I like to think that I do, that I live out loud. And watching the film about Rustin Bayard was a real, we do Black History every month, and we celebrate Martin Luther King, and we think about all those things, and we process it in whatever way we process it. But something about that movie just really resonated to me about living out loud. Now, if you haven't seen the movie, it's about Rustin Bayard, who is the man Bayard. Bayard Rustin, I'm sorry. Let's just call him Rustin, all right? That's the way I know him from the movie. Okay. So if you don't know who he is, he was the man behind the Martin Luther King March on Washington in 1963, 10 years after I was born, which made me realize, why did I never hear about that? I knew about a lot of things, but that was kind of kept from me. It's just interesting, too. But anyway, he was the man behind it. If it hadn't been for him, it probably would have not happened. He was the powerhouse that really pushed it forward. And I think what's significant about him is that, and about that whole movement in the 60s, is the fearlessness that these people had to say enough is enough, and I'm going to put myself out there for human justice and to know that we are all created equal, and I don't care if I die. I mean, it must have been awfully scary. I mean, there was one point where I picked some quotes today that I'm going to work on with my talk, is that when he was on a bus a long time ago, before that happened, and they, it was that moment where, you're not supposed to sit in that seat. And the guy asked him to move, the bus driver or cop or whoever it was, and he said, if I move, the child will never know injustice is taking place. If I move from this seat, I'll never know that injustice, they'll never know, this child that's sitting here will never know that injustice is taking place. He was willing to put himself in harm's way, maybe death, to allow this little child to know that injustice was taking place. And I would like to think that that child went forward and remembered that and perhaps joined that movement. So I'm wondering for myself and for all of us, are we willing to put ourselves forward, telling our truth, knowing what we know and living it no matter what? That's what I'm asking myself now. No matter what, am I willing to put myself in harm's way, whatever it is, to be Rita, to be the truth of what I know to be true, in peacefulness, not in anger or not in resentment or not in anything but love? Am I willing to do that? I think it's really important. Like, I say the things that I believe, but am I really living them? For me, that's living out loud, that I'm actually living them no matter what it looks like. I told you I'm in a class called Advanced Consciousness, a doctoral class, and I'm also in a class called Core Prosperity Relief, which is all about abundance, and it asks us to really look at what those beliefs are we have and to erase them, like to not erase them, but to put another belief in its place. That takes a lot of work. I don't know about you, but if you have a belief in something that's running your life and it's not running it in a very good way, and you were to know that if you could change that belief, your life would change, wouldn't you do anything to do it? Wouldn't you get up at whatever hour you needed to get up to get to where you needed to go to have the support or to meditate? You would, right? So I think sometimes what holds us back is maybe we don't believe that. Maybe we don't really believe that that's that important. And I'm getting to the point in my life where I do believe it's that important. And I do believe that this planet where I'm living, this world of form, this world of conditions, needs me to know my truth, needs me to stand up. I was just thinking, like, a little example that came to me from that movie was this idea when somebody says something to you that you know isn't true about somebody else. Are you willing, do you stay silent, or are you willing to say, you know, that's not really the truth? Or are you staying passive to appease that person or sit on a fence so that you don't have to go one way or the other way? But right now, I think for me, it's important to say the truth when it's needed, to be the truth when it's needed, to live the truth right now, and not get in the way of it by making excuses for myself. Because we're being called to the playing field right now, at least I know I am, to live at my highest and best and to live what I say is true. If I really totally believe that God is all there is, that this unified field is living and breathing me right here and right now, and that I have the choice to decide how I'm going to live my life, and that when I make that choice, it responds to me, then I got to do it. And I got to do it if something's showing up in my life that I don't like, I have to do it over and over and over and over and over again until the change takes place. And if I really believe that that's possible, then I'll do it over and over and over again, because I know that we're hardwired in a lot of ways for a lot of things. And sometimes we've been thinking these things, not even just in our lifetime, but for eons and thousands of years, we've had these beliefs that have gone forward from generation to generation to generation to generation until they're so hardwired into us. And right now, like I feel like we're just being called to push that forward, to live out loud and not be small anymore, and be loving and kind, even when it's difficult for us to be that, to elevate ourselves to the highest place in all times. And I was listening, and I totally recommend this Joe Dispenza thing that I just listened to the other day called Changing Boxes. It was a talk he gave and a meditation at the same time. And when he himself said that he had an issue, this is a man who all week long is traveling all over the world teaching what we teach here, really, but just in different words in a different way, that he had to go into his secret chamber over and over and over again to deal with an issue he was having until he was able to see the solution for it. Now, that's somebody that's like very practiced, right? If he has to do that, what does that mean for us? Those of us that are not necessarily that practiced. That means that it's a choice. Do we want to do it or do we not? Do we want to live this, what we're saying, that God is all there is, that we are a choice, that we have this infinite possibility for our lives to be abundant, to be filled with health, to be filled with joy? I was asked, what do you want, Rita? I want to live in deep joy at all times. I want to live richly. I want to live creatively. That's what I want. And if I say that's what I want, then I have to start living it before it happens. I have to start living it before the universe even says, yes to me, you can do that. There's nobody to ask permission to but ourselves. So I'm really in that place right now of just do it. Just do it. That's what I said. Walking the bridge from duality to unity. Well, how long are we going to walk that bridge before we just do it? To realize that when I look into Timmery's eyes or Dawson's eyes or Stream's eyes that I see God there. How long am I going to wait? Not now, guys, right? So, I mean, I'm talking to myself here. I'm not assuming that all of you have problems because that would be impossible. I just know it. But I'm really filled with like this passion for this right now. And watching that film made me realize how much further I have to go to be that committed to something, that committed to not be afraid, to be able to walk in passivity, is that the word? Passiveness, and to live this teaching. To really live it. Because sometimes I think, like, am I trying to change the world or am I trying to change myself? I really can't change the world. I can only change myself. And then the world has to move. That was one of the arguments we had in class last week, and it was a very terrifying argument. We do this class is question everything. So one person started talking, and they were questioning whether there was a perfection, or whether we're just all evolving, and that God's evolving too. Take that one home and think about it. Yeah, okay. Those are the kind of questions you got to ask yourself and then find your own answers. Because what I realized from that class where we were all passionate and screaming at each other, well, we weren't screaming at each other, but, I almost didn't go back after the break because it upset me so much because I thought, no, I believe there's a perfection in the universe. I believe maybe I'm evolving because I have free choice, but there is a perfection. If there wasn't a perfection in the universe, we'd be in a lot of trouble, right? So I had to finally realize that it's done unto me as I believe. It's done unto me as I believe, not as somebody else tells me it is, not as I'm telling you now. You have to find your beliefs. You have to find your way of maneuvering yourself through this world of time and space. So I'm only sharing my journey with you. So one of the other things that Rustin said was, Bayard Rustin, whatever his name is, Rustin. One of the things he said, well, two things. We need in every community a group of angelic troublemakers. I don't know about you, but I grew up, I was the biggest troublemaker in my family. I was called the black sheep of the family, just like my Aunt Dolores. And I was I was the one, that was always questioning everything and going against the norm, and not in a bad way, but in a way that, like, is this really true? No, it's not true for me. I have to live my life in choice and things. So I think an angelic troublemaker is someone that believes in good, but isn't afraid to go against what the masses say, right? Or what our friends say, or our social group, or whatever, if it doesn't resonate. So I'm inviting you to be angelic troublemakers in all ways. And then I'll close with this one. So this one really struck me. To be afraid, well, there's two. To be afraid, if we're afraid, is to behave as if the truth were not true. Right? We have no reason to be afraid if we believe that the truth is true. If we believe that there's a perfection in the universe that's supporting us at all times, that's love, and that we have the opportunity to change our lives in any way we choose to change them by resonating with that beautiful, amazing energy and directing it in the most perfect way. And to me, living out loud is doing that, And as Rustin said, the proof that one truly believes is in action. So if we truly believe these things, then we need to take them into action. No matter what is going on in our life, if we truly believe these things, we need to walk as if they're already true. And our lives will shift. They will change in the way that we choose to have them change. And we will be living in our highest, beautiful, amazing space, living out loud. Thank you. I just, thank you.
Why are there so many songs about rainbows, and what's on the other side? Rainbows are visions, but only illusions, and rainbows have nothing to hide. So we've been told, and some choose to believe it. I know they're wrong, wait and see. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. Who said that wishes will be heard and answered, and wished on a morning star? Somebody thought of that, and someone believed it. Look what it's done so far. What's so amazing and keeps us stargazing? What do we think we might see? Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. All of us under its spell, we know that it's probably magic. Have you been half asleep, and have you heard voices? I've heard them calling my name. Are these the sweet sounds that call the young sailors? The voice might be one and the same. I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be. Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da da, la da 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 dee da da do.
Thank you so much. Give it up again for. Thank you, Reverend. It was very inspiring. Am I off again? No? Oh, I'm not. You guys can't scare me. There you go. Wow. That's how I felt this morning. Our practice is we wake up at 4:30ish, and we just do our stuff and our meditation and I had this like real pause that just kept lasting. It felt like forever, because it was hard for me to shake Friday night when I was watching that movie, because it just stirred a lot of stuff in me, and it didn't stir the Patrick of long ago that was like, stop this madness, It wasn't that. It was quiet, and I was thinking about living out loud. That doesn't mean shouting. It doesn't mean loud. And for me, that was quite a lesson to learn. So it's not about living out loud. It's about living from within and bringing that out loud. And so I went like complete. Let's just take a moment to know that whatever is going on with this experience, it is wrapped in love, wrapped in this incredible energy, that wonderful field that is the field of potentiality, and most of all, love. Isn't it nice to take a moment to just go, yeah. So I had to look up what living out loud meant, and I loved the first one. You know me. This is when you hear this. It says, living out loud means living your life with sass, spice, and flair. Now, if that doesn't spell Reverend Patrick, I do not know what does. And then it went on with the Urban Dictionary to elaborate further, to include living genuinely, open, and trustworthy. Put simply, live out loud is the practice of being yourself, regardless of others' opinions. That's been kind of a lifelong journey for me, because we were talking in the circle at the, it was really nice. We got back in our circles that we had before COVID, or I like to call it BC, and it was nice to hear people, and they were talking, a couple of people were talking about, when you're a teenager, it's very difficult because you're really wanting to fit in. And so, that little child wants to fit in, right? You go to school and you're trying everything to fit in. And then you spend the rest of your life trying not to. And I'm like, mixed messages, that's all I have to say. Because now, I don't want to there's nothing worse for me personally than not wanting to fit in just for the sake of not wanting to fit in. That's just called arguing for your limitations, where I come from. Because you're different, or you live out loud in a unique way because you can't help yourself. But I heard this wonderful quote, which is interesting. I love doing what I do because it sends you into all of these paths. Like, I have not thought about the prophet forever until I heard this quote, and then it sent me down and I just loved it. But what was interesting was Kahil Gibran, but that's not how it's pronounced. It's Gibran, because it's from Lebanon, and this whole thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's why I got all into Bayer, because I was like, I mispronounced Kahil, and oh no. But this is what he said, and it's just stuck with me all week. And God said, love your enemy. And I obeyed him and loved myself. I don't know about any of you, because I love laughter, but right now, just hearing that goes to the very core of my being. And God said, love your enemy, and I obeyed him and loved myself. And I really thought about that all week, and I realized I have never had an enemy. I've had people that did not treat Patrick the way I believe that they should have treated me. I wrote a whole book about it. My dad wasn't my enemy. My brother wasn't my enemy. My mom was not my enemy. The people in school that bullied me, they weren't my enemy. But I took whatever that they gave me, and I turned myself at times into my own enemy. And that's the good news. Because, wow, I have believed somewhere in my journey that I had enemies, that there were enemies out there. And there are people out there doing some really interesting things, to be very nice as I stand upon a stage, that I don't feel good about. But they can only have me if I claim them as my enemy. They cannot take me. No one. The only person that has ever stopped me from doing anything in my life was me and my programming. Back to our programming, right? This is good news, because then I can take off my armor. I can put down, as they did in the movie, when the thousands of the police force was there, and they said, you cannot walk in with guns. It was the African American, and they had no guns, and we walked in there. What would it be like if you walked in with no armor and lived out loud and said, I love you? Because, hating them hasn't worked for me thus far. Me complaining about them has not worked. I was up and ready to do it today. That internet. I had lots of things to say about what was popping up. What? You've got to be kidding. And I'm thinking, ooh, you're not going to get me, because I'm not going to give you the power to be my enemy, because I am love. So if you want anything, I am love, and that is what I am going to profess from this point on. And guess what? Love can be fierce. This isn't, I'm going to be love. There's that time, that too. I'm love. If we want to heal anything in our bodies, mind, or entire world, then we have to love. We haven't tried. I know we think we have. I know we think we have. This is irritating the holy. But I love it because it allows me to speak to you. Does that make any sense? When I heard that, I didn't get down on myself and say, oh, Patrick, you're an enemy. No. Do you think if I knew how to do it better, I wouldn't do it? But I slip into these worlds of oh my gosh, oh my God, what is happening here? And then I come back again and I'm going to say, I dare you to love. I dare you. Somebody comes up, and it's not easy because there's some stuff going on in the world. I heard today there's a beautiful group in Ukraine, that these kids, thousands of kids, this organization, that they're moving in, and they were saying, I'm going into shelters and teach some breathing stuff. Thank you very much. Thank you. Scalpel. And they were saying that these kids were being interviewed, and they said, yeah, we're doing this breathing stuff that helps you relax and not be so scared. Where are you taking it to? The shelters. Oh, you mean you live in a shelter? No, I'm talking about the bomb shelters. There's some stuff going on out there, my friends. I feel like I'm getting dressed in front of you. Anyway, I felt so vulnerable just then. But back to living out loud. That changed my whole life. I love this from Lincoln, whatever you feel about Mr. Abraham. To believe in the things you can see and touch is no belief at all. But to believe in the unseen is a triumph and a blessing. And that one really gets us sometimes, man. I know for me, I got this thing I want. I got that checklist going. And I'm thinking, but I can't see it. I can't see it. Oh, yes, I can, because it's already there. This is what I love about quantum science. It opened, and just so everybody knows, just because we're talking about it now, it was always there. We're just now tapping into it so that we could actually utilize it. Back to our wonderful, wonderful, I love what Rustin said here. We're all one. We are all one. How many times have we said that? And if we don't know it, we will learn it the hard way. We will learn it the hard way. And I think right now, I think it's time for us, as the little kids would say, don't you think it's time for a little easy peasy? I said to Rita the other day, because of these classes, and it's just, you know, and I got that wonderful book that Glenn gave. I've been going through it. And then my head was ready to, like, you know, go, whoa. And it's because I went, so then I knew it was over when I went, Rita, did you know that life doesn't last forever? And I was like, and I'm what, 5 years old right now at this moment? And I went to the restroom, as you know we do in the morning. Don't even look at me like you don't do it. So in the morning I woke up, and all of a sudden I realized, I said, this day is really special. Because, I won't say that. Okay, I'll say it because you guys are all my friends, and if you're new, you already know what I'm like anyway. But I said, do you know that that could be the last time that I peed? And she's like, I think you need a little time off now. And I go, I think I do. Would you agree? A little time off. And so I said, because I'm getting all of this information that's coming in, and what's happening is I'm expanding. And everything I believed in is being challenged. Everybody's like, I'm still back on the last time you pee. I could feel it from you, Christine. But that whole idea that we are expanding in this incredible field, and it's an incredible field of love. So what do you say? What do you say? Is it time? Can we go beyond words? You know how I'm a man of so little words that I need to go beyond it. And as these beautiful, beautiful light beings are walking up here, I'm going to give a wonderful tip, a tool for you wonderful people that love tools. Yeah. When you live out loud, when you speak your truth, when you say, I am healed, when you say, I am love, when you say, I am passion, and I dare to love, and you can really walk up and say it, you're going to scare a few people. It's okay. I scare people all the time. Just by being me. And so what I know for each and every one of you, since I see so clearly now, as I look at you, I don't just see you. That I love God bumps. I feel you. And whatever is going on in your individual lives, no matter what, there's a solution. There's a healing. There's anything that you desire. The universe is completely backing you 100%. Namaste.
I've heard it too many times to ignore it. It's something that I'm supposed to be.
Everybody.
Someday we'll find it, the rainbow connection, the lovers, the dreamers, and me. La da da dee da da da, la da 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 dee da da do.
Hey, everybody, one more time for Reverend Patrick and Reverend Rita and the beautiful inspirational words today. Thank you so much.
Sesame Street. It just brings me back to when I was raising my kids. What a beautiful time that was.
Yeah, I have to say, oh, we're married, in case you were wondering. It's like, oh, those two married? No, he's. I want you to know something that I share with you, because when you're vulnerable or you're reflecting upon that vulnerability, it's fun to just be honest. And since we're living out loud, I'm laughing because I was sitting over there thinking, am I going to have a vulnerability hangover tomorrow?
Because you talked about
Because
your
I
feet.
talked about the pee thing? Yeah. So it could happen. It could happen. But I want to explain to you about a vulnerability hangover. That's when you've lived too much in your own mind out loud. And then, so remember in alcohol, I mean, I've just heard, I heard from people, but you have that hangover, and I got it from Brene Brown, and you wake up and think, oh, what did I do? Wow, how much of a, but that's what you do when you're very vulnerable, and you take your armor off, and then you go to a party, and you take all your armor off, and nobody else does. So you go the next day, you wake up, oh, what did I do? What did I do? Because Rita will always say, honey, do you have a vulnerability hangover today? And I'll go, no, I'm good. I'm good. So this is our time, which is very exciting, of giving. And we are working so diligently on changing what I feel of the prehistoric world of passing baskets. Now, I know, and the reason I say that is it does feel kind of old to me in our day, but you know what? We've tried it the other way. It doesn't work quite as well. So the reason that I'm saying that is because I want us to have the experience, if we can. I can't change anyone out there. The experience of just knowing that as this is circulating, that we were saying this morning, someone was brought up, they sent us a video of this great church in San Francisco that is helping so many homeless people. They're coming in and they go, I wonder how they're funded. I would just want to let everyone know how we're funded. We're not. We're not, and that's okay. When we first started this, they said, Ernest Holmes said, if you cannot make your centers work, then what kind of ministers are you? If you have to get all of this money, well, I would have liked a little seed money at the end of the day. And even during COVID, no seed. So it's not like, oh, poor CSL. No, it's saying how rich CSL, because we're here 11 years later because of only donations, only contributions. We call it tithing. But I'm just saying that someone said, well, you should do what they did. They're Episcopalian, Presbyterian. Everyone, their mothership, as we like to call it, they pay for their place. Guess who pays for all of this? We do. And that means we're going to have full ownership. Unless, of course, you want to tell us how you want us to run it, then I'm not going to do that. But that's just another story. But I just wanted to know that this should be a celebration of what we're doing here. That we're able to give of our time, give of our talent, give of our love. Walk in here and say, I want you to succeed. Look at me, I'm going to get old Baptist with all of you in about 2 minutes. But anyway, I just wanted to know that because I know a lot of people would assume, they go, well, you're nonprofit, you don't pay for anything, do you? And I'm going, well, kinda, we do. So thank you everyone online. Thank you for the people that have come and gone and have kept this place rising in consciousness. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Song?
Blessed am I, Spirit am I am the infinite within my soul.
Dancing.
I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, Spirit am I am the have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. I have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. Blessed am I, spirit am I am the infinite within my soul. Have no beginning and I have no end. All this I am. This I am. All this I am.
And so much more. Yeah. Now that's how you celebrate abundance.
As Yana brings this beautiful, amazing energy forward, I just bless it and I give thanks for it and give thanks to everyone for their beautiful, amazing love, their support, their energy, and knowing that this goes forth to heal and prosper and bless our beautiful world and this beautiful center. And so it is.
So it is.
Thank you, Yana.
And I know that we have children today because I see parents. When I see parents, I see children.
Are they here? Where are
I don't know.
I will be gentle with myself.
I will love myself. I am
And
a
it's Becca.
child
Becca.
of the universe, being
And
born
Charlie.
each moment. I will be gentle with myself. I will love myself. I am a child of the universe, being born each moment.
Hi, everyone. What do you have to say? Oh, hold on. Don't say it yet.
They're here.
Miss
And
Leslie
what did Rita
and
say?
Miss
She said,
Hildegard.
what does he have in his cup?
All right.
It's
No, it's on.
Play today. I'm so happy.
yes.
And these wonderful people came to play with me. Isn't that so nice? So, we are going to build a garden. And we started. Does anybody want to show your drawings?
You want me to hold it for you?
I just drew a picture of like a shed right there with a lot of just plants and bushes that we could plant, and I just drew that for fun. But
Yeah.
What did you plant in the pot there?
I planted a sunflower.
I love it.
Beautiful.
What did you
What
plant?
did you plant?
I planted a sunflower.
Oh, we're gonna have some sunflower seeds. What did you plant, Charlie? No, Charlie.
Snow pea.
Snow
Snow
pea
pea.
on Kauai. That'll
Oh
be something.
My gosh.
All right. Should we give them our blessing?
Yes, we
Yeah.
should.
You
are
are amazing.
amazing.
You
You
are
are
perfect. You are magnificent. And we love you.
I will be gentle with myself. I will love myself. I am a child of the universe, being born each morning.
All right, we just have a
I have
few
been wanting that
announcements.
garden back there for a long time. Thank you, guys.
Okay, I know that's fantastic. So we just need to get lots of kids in here and tell them what's going on here. So there is no choir rehearsal tomorrow. So do not show up for choir rehearsal. Remember that our labyrinth is open Monday through Thursday from 11 to 2:30 p.m. So come walk it. The more we walk it, the more the bubbles go away and the more our consciousness rises. The Universal
Stream is back. So
Stream
what
is
does
back.
that mean?
Yay! Universal dances a piece this afternoon at 4. Right,
4
right
o'clock
here.
Right here. There.
Yeah, right on the labyrinth. And then on Wednesday, on Zoom only, there will be a class with Reverend Patrick based on his book. You don't have to have read the book to come to the class.
I want to really make that clear because a lot of people said, I wanted to take your class so much, but I haven't finished the book, I haven't bought the book, it doesn't matter. The reason it's called The Little Man is because I'm taking things from the book and using it in our time together for the 2 hours. So if you've never read it, that's fine. If you've read it, that's fine. It doesn't matter, but it's one that I really would suggest that you do not miss. And the second thing is about that is that it is being recorded. So even if you cannot be there, it's worth having it so that you can go back and see the pearls of wisdom from the little man.
And the other good news about it...
No, it's all on Zoom. Everything is Zoom.
And the good news about it is that there are people taking it that don't live here, so you'll get to meet.
Come on Sundays.
You'll get to meet new people. There's people from Florida taking it, people from Oregon, people from California. So that is a really good thing by why we did it at 4 p.m. so that we can have across the country. So Cosmic Connection Hour.
Sign up back there with
Angela.
Angela.
You can sign up with Angela. Cosmic Connection Hour is this Tuesday with the practitioners and myself and Barbara. We're going to be doing the Radiant I Am, which is a self-healing by Emma Curtis Hopkins. And we're going to do a meditation based in that reading by Emma Curtis Hopkins. It's very, very, very powerful, very quantum too for someone like Emma, who was in the 1800s. So we will be doing that on Tuesday night at 6:30 right here with music and Emma Curtis Hopkins and our practitioners and Barbara. And then we are having a new member and old member, a new member and renewed member, not old.
Renewed.
We're asking everybody to renew their membership so that, when you belong to anything or you're PBS or whatever, you renew it every year. You don't just assume that you're going to be there 10 years later. So we're asking for newness, for you to renew your membership and your commitment to Center for Spiritual Living Kauai. And then on Thursday night at 6 p.m. For those people that renew or are new members, we will have a little party reception. Do not come to the door if you have not signed up ahead of time because we have to get food and we can't do that. So just sign up with Angela and let us know you're coming, fill out the membership form, and we will go from there. And then next Sunday we'll have a new member little ceremony here
and
too.
If you've ever been to them, they're wonderful. We do a whole bunch of fun stuff that makes you cry, and it's just great.
And then the Magnificent Player Improv is back on March 5th, Tuesday night, the first Tuesday in March. If you would like to be part of that group, you can sign up with Angela or in the bookstore too. And that's Tuesday, March 5th at 6 p.m.
So we're going to invite the practitioners up, and while we're doing that, they'll stand over here, and if anything has come up for you that you just want a little extra knowing about, we'll be glad to do a treatment with you. This is not a session. A session's a whole different thing. And also, Kiana, I just want to recognize you for a moment. Kiana's been bringing some wonderful little delights for us to share afterwards. And Ron has been helping. Kiana, we love you, but we got to get her out of the kitchen.
Okay,
but go ahead.
Okay, so what we want to say about that is that we would really appreciate it if you would respect the musicians and the closing of our service before you run back there, so that we can all end this beautiful time together. There'll be plenty for everybody, so please just do that. That would be really great, so that we can all end the energy together, not end it, but
plus there's guards back there now.
Yeah, there's guards now. All right, that's all I have to say. Let's do it.
I think it's it. So everybody have a good time today?
Yay!
Do you feel inspired? You feel like action? Yes. Feel like raising your consciousness? Let's do it.
Yes, CSL Kauai. Woo! It's an original song called I Know Who I Am from our album Under the Starlight. SoulGoodFamily.com. Mahalo, everybody. Here we go. Singing and we're dancing in a tenuous time. Giving
invigoration for your body and your mind.
Motion of the ocean, it's so clandestine. But if you
knock a rock the boat, you know see the sea shine.
Got to malama aina in a this prime time.
Aloha one another, this a reflection.
Aloha one another, this a reflection. I said aloha one another, this a reflection. The moment is the moment and the time is now. Take The time for your brother,
kindness you got to show.
whether you're living in the city or down in the ghetto.
If you're a shark in the water or an eagle rainbow, it is a reality. Jaja wind is gonna blow.
It is a
Reality, Jaja wind is gonna blow.
It is a
Reality, Jaja wind is gonna blow. It is a reality. Jaja wind is gonna blow.
We are living in a high time.
Alive when the people waking up to realize if we keep sleeping, we'll never see the sunrise.
If we
Keep sleeping, we'll never see the sunrise. 'Cause I know who I am. Who are you? To judge me, I won't judge you. I know who I am. I am you. I am reflecting love back to you.
So here we are now, standing firm.
On this earthly plane,
Choosing love, we dance for freedom in the
your fine rain. Take it, Rev.
Yeah.
Consciousness all around us, within us, and just know that all is unfolding perfectly. And I just say, and so it is.
I know who I am.
Who are you? To judge me, I won't judge you. I know who I am. I am you. I am reflecting love back to you.
I know who I am. Who are you?
To judge me, I won't judge you. I know who I am. I am you. I am reflecting love back to you. I am reflecting love back to you. I am reflecting love back to you. 'Cause I know who I am. Who are you? To judge me, I won't judge you. I know who I am. I am you. I am reflecting love back